All right, are you ready to get shady? I am very excited for today's video, and not only because it's going to give me a chance to talk a little smack and dish a little dirt, but because it's a great collab with my friend here on YouTube, Betsy Gocher. You guys, this is gonna be a great one. We are doing the makeup I would recommend to someone I hate. Yeah, this is gonna be so fun because, first of all, Betsy is hilarious. I cannot wait to watch her video. Let me tell you guys right now, if you like people who keep it real and you love yourself some eyeshadow palettes, you should be checking Betsy out. I will make sure to have her video linked down in the description box and also at the end of this video so you can immediately click that little bar and head to hers right after this. I am telling you, this woman is so hilarious, so real and relatable. I love watching her videos, and she has content, I believe, 3 days a week. And while Betsy does a ton of different beauty content, I mean, she's got some mainstream brands, lots of indie brands, but this girl, the thing that she's known for is her eyeshadow palettes, and she'll prove it to you. You can go watch her collection video. Pretty amazing. So right away, I really enjoyed watching Betsy because she is just so relatable and fun, and you know, really, she just tells it like it is, and I really appreciate that. So make sure that you check out her video. I am so glad that Betsy asked me to do this video with her because I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And really, the premise of it is just like it sounds. You're going to be talking about the makeup that you'd recommend to that person that you kind of want to stab in the back, you know? Like a good passive-aggressive way to sort of like get under someone's skin, or on top of it in this case. Now, I do have quite a few of these on hand, but I am going to post pictures of any that I don't have on hand. I mean, honestly, why do I have any of these products? If they're the ones that I think that I would want to recommend to someone I hate, why do I have them in my collection? That's a discussion for another time. But if you are coming over from Betsy's channel or we haven't met before, my name is Kelly and I'm a professional hair and makeup artist. And here on my channel, I strive to keep beauty real. Real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. But for now, if you want to hear me dish some dirt about some good products for bad people, let's get right into this. All right, so let's get started off with primer. Now, I think that this is going to be a really good one because it's kind of pricey and it's also kind of fussy. This is the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer. You guys, I wanted to like this one so much. I was very excited. I think I got it in a BoxyCharm box and I was super stoked. I think this looks pretty. Like, let me show you. It's, you know, you feel like you're getting started off on the right track. So this is, it does have like a slight, you know, yellow tint to help brighten. And I mean, it does make the skin look a little more hydrated. So I don't know if you guys will be able to see that, but it smells decent, sort of like a Flintstone vitamin, kind of that like vitamin C vibe. But I just find that this pills. This pills every single time I've put something over it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just what I use on top of it or what, but anytime I go to put like a tinted moisturizer, a foundation over the top, I just start getting pilling. And I found that that can happen with some things containing vitamin C, so I'm not sure if that's it. I feel like the whole key to recommending things to people in a way that you can kind of like stick it to them would be to recommend things that don't flat out seem like they're going to be total crap, right? Because that would just be too easy to avoid. So I think you have to go in with the things that like seem promising, but just end up being really disappointing. And this is one of those. So we have our face primed. Now let's get ready to pill, right? So what I would recommend for the foundation is the Ordinary Serum Foundation. Now, right off the bat, you feel like, okay, we've got a pricey primer, but I'm saving some money with this foundation. There is just something about this. Honestly, it has been so long since I've used it. I don't know why I still have it in the drawer. I was probably like thinking like maybe there will be a season in my life where this will actually work, but there just hasn't been. This has like a funky consistency. I personally like something that has a lightweight feel to it, like something that is light to medium coverage. And this, it's like it doesn't do anything for you other than just make your skin look worse. Does that make any sense? I'm gonna shake this up. We're gonna try, we'll try putting it over this primer and see if it'll pill. I am so afraid that this is gonna squirt everywhere all over my light top because it's been so long. No, we're good, okay, whew. I just could have seen that like exploding everywhere. I would have kept it on camera for you guys. So this is just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it just looks like makeup, but you guys aren't going to be able to see that. It sinks into every fine line, like even the little crinkles on the back of my skin. So it's like, it is lightweight. So it's thin, but it's like thin paint, if you will. I feel like it gets in every crack and crevice. Like, I just feel like instantly, I don't know if you guys will even be able to see that, but I feel like instantly my hand just looks like 10 years older. So yeah, it's just like, it's not great. It's not great. All right, so now we've got a pretty horrible base started, but let's keep going in that realm. So this honestly is kind of on the same realm as the Ordinary Serum Foundation. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. So I tried this out and I really wanted to like it because I love the tinted moisturizer. But this is so not good. I tried it, didn't like it, tried it again, thought maybe I could like it, and then just realized that I was trying to make a bad thing work. So this is the same thing where it makes my skin look like it has makeup on without actually giving me any coverage. Like, I feel like when I blend it into the skin, it just kind of like goes away, but leaves crepiness, like leaves texture, which, you know, hyaluronic creamy concealer, you'd think that that would actually like hydrate your eyes, but I just find that it's wrinkly. So again, cost effective and effective at giving your enemy really bad under eyes. I'm gonna get some flack for this one, and just hear me out on this. For bronzer, you guys might be surprised, but I am going to recommend the River Bronzer Duo by Samantha March and Ofra. Now, if you're not new here to my channel, you will know that I love me some Samantha March. I really do love all of her collabs that she's done, and I'm recommending a product that is a little trickier to work with. So this River Bronzer, it just leans really warm, and it's also very pigmented, which really all of the Ofra products are. Like, if you've tried the blush, the highlighter, the bronzers, you'll know that they pack a serious punch. But I'm hoping that my enemy or my frenemy would not know this. So the first time that I put this on, I put a brush in and just kind of like, and I think I like used both sides. So there is a shimmery side and a matte side to this bronzer, and I just like went for it. And at the time, did Sam, I think it was like spring. Yes, it was, because it was like coming off of winter, because it was right before the shutdown when Sam launched her collab. So I was not even close to anywhere near my deeper self. I would say that pretty much all year round, I'm like a little bit more light skinned, but I might get up to like a medium complexion if I've been out in the sun a lot, which was not the case. So I just really think that this bronzer, if you don't use it with a very light hand, it is going to come off quite orange on the skin. And I've really mentioned that. I mean, I will show you here. Like, you guys can see that on someone who isn't already quite golden. And I would say that I am more like neutral with a little bit of warm. This one it can come up kind of orangey, like it needs a light hand and it needs to be on the right skin tone. So while I do like this in more of the summer months, it is definitely not the best for fall and winter. So hopefully I'm recommending these products when the person I hate is at their palest. But, you know, I'm sorry, Sam. I don't mean anything by that. This is a good product. It's just one that, you know, you have to tread lightly with. Okay, so far we have possibly pilly skin. We've got crepey base, crinkly under eyes, and now we're looking orange. We got some Oompa Loompa vibes. I'm digging this. Let's keep going on with blush and highlight. So I am going to recommend any of the Rare Beauty blushes. These are the more liquid blushes. I have the shade Love here. And honestly, again, this is another good product, but it is just so pigmented. So almost the same as what I was saying about the River Bronzer. A little goes a long way. And if you don't know that, you can really get yourself into some trouble. So I'm just gonna, I just put like the smallest amount of that out on my hand, and you guys can see, like, so I could definitely see someone getting a little heavy handed with these. I think both the dewy blush and the matte blush both have like some crazy intense pigment. So, I mean, that would just be something where it's like, oh, pick whatever color you want. Like, this is a great product. And I wouldn't be lying. That's the thing. I could at least get them once because I could be like, oh, these are like great. Like they get rave reviews. I mean, I haven't actually looked at the ratings on Sephora, but I bet that this is still rated really highly because it should be. It's a beautiful product, but it is definitely one that you need to use in very small amounts. So at least the first time that they use this, I'd be able to get them to look like a clown, hopefully. Oh God, I feel like really nasty saying all of this. Like I hopefully I can get them to look like a clown, but that is the point of all this, right? I mean, this would be if someone's done you really dirty and you're trying to find a way to get back at them without really getting back at them. I mean, at the end of the day, it's makeup. It all washes off, so it's not really that big of a thing, but just even saying that, just like, ugh, it makes me feel a little skeezy. So anyway, moving into our next product. I just recently talked about this, and this is the Say Glowy Super Gel. So this is a liquid highlighter, supposedly. So the one thing about this, first of all, the smell is weird, which I really, the smell is just so weird. But this product, aside from smelling really funky, it also, it just doesn't have a lot of impact. So I'm hoping that the person that I'm recommending this to really likes a pop and highlight. The other thing that this would have going for it, or against it, depending on how you look at this, is that I really feel like because this is such a wet product, it is really a very like gel-like consistency. That like water base, it really tends to pick up anything underneath of it. So hopefully they would like pick up some of the bronzer. So then we'd have splotchy bronzer. Maybe I should have gone in with a powder blush because then it really would have picked it up, but that's all right. I think we'll still probably pick some of this up. So hopefully it's going to be like splotchy and also not very shiny. That's what I'm going for here. So I think we've started off with a really good base, a really bad, good base. Yeah. Moving into the eyeshadow. So this is one that I think that's going to be really sneaky because the packaging is gorgeous, the product itself is gorgeous, and it's sort of like trendy. So this is the Rowan 1111 palette. And if you watched, I did a live using this palette and I've talked about it here on my channel, but I was incredibly disappointed with this palette. So first of all, I'm glad that I got it on sale. I was so disappointed in it that I did try to return it at Sephora, but of course, I was like past the time that they give now to like return. So now I'm just stuck with it in my collection. So maybe just to be nice in a bad way, I would just like give this to this person. But this is like, I mean, these shadows are really pretty. The only problem is that I personally find the formula to be very fussy. A couple of the shades have that very like flaky, like that like flaky texture, like this top one here. Yeah, ugh. But this top one here, like this is kind of flaky and then the rest just don't really do a lot. And, you know, if you are someone that is used to like indie eyeshadows or something of that nature where it's like, wow, this is really incredible pigment and shine, you're not really gonna get that from these. These are sort of just like of color. Other than the one that's like glitter flakes all over your eyeball, that's a different story. But the rest of them are just like, meh. So I got this on sale. I think it was actually like almost half off when Sephora was doing a sale, but I would hope that this nasty person would be getting it at full price. But it does, I mean, it looks really pretty. Like you pull it out, it's got its little fancy sleeve. Like you automatically think that anything that comes with a little sleeping bag is gonna be bougie. Like if it needs its own little place to rest at night in your makeup drawer, it's gonna be a good one. This one is not. I just talked about this in my empties video, and this isn't actually even empty yet, but this is the KVD Inkwell liner. I don't even know if they make this anymore, but this is supposed to be a long wear matte eyeliner, and I hate this. I hate it so much. It is matte. It is very, very matte, but it has this little like, one of these guys. Does anybody like this? Does anybody like this style of applicator? Like I have the Flower Beauty, is it Liquid Kajal? I think that's what it's called, but it's like, it's chubbier than this one, but that one is really like, you know, so that you can like kind of like smoke it out a little bit. So I don't need like mega accuracy, but with something like this, especially in like an inky black, I need like, I want it to be able to cut someone. This one, you're not going to be able to do that with. It is just really fussy. I don't like those, it's like skinny, but unflexible. Like I prefer a brush hair tip. In all honesty, the KVD tattoo liner is still my favorite liquid liner. I am looking for one, you know, that's like maybe in a lower price range. By the way, if you have one, drop it in the comments down below. That would be great. But this one is crud. First of all, it's so matte that it like almost shrinky dinks your eyelid. And so, you know, if you are like me and not exactly 20 anymore, I will be 40 this year in a few months. And it's like, I don't want anything that's gonna like shrinky dink my eyelid skin. No, thank you. I've already got that situation going on. I don't need it anymore. And then between the, oh, I hope that the person uses the light one in this palette, because then they'd have like flaky, crusty lids. And then on top of it, they'd put this on and then it'd be like shrinky dinked. We're hoping for it. All right, so here's one that I don't have, but for mascara, I'm going to recommend the Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. And I mean, this is a product that has been around a very, very long time. I remember it being in my mother's makeup bag. It is probably the first, is it the first mascara I ever used? Probably, because I probably stole it from my mom, but I don't remember like how I felt about it back then, but like now, so I probably bought it 20 years ago. First of all, Clump City, like it is very easy to get like spidery lashes with it, but that's not the reason I'm recommending it. I was driving down the road to get home and my eyes started watering a little bit. I have allergies, I have irritated eyes, like it just happens. So they were like watering a little bit, and you know how like the corner starts to water and then you like get your mascara wet? Well, that mascara like started to run into my eye and I was kind of like, oh, and then it started burning so bad that I'm like holding onto the steering wheel and like clenching my eyes, and I mean, I probably should have pulled over, but by the time I got home, I was like, just had like mascara smears down my face. It burned so bad. And I hate recommending this because I hate saying that I'd want somebody's eyes to burn. But, you know, I mean, if this was the first thing that came to mind. I remember when Betsy asked me and she was like, hey, do you want to do this like collab? This, you just like pick out the products that you'd want to give to someone that you hate. And I'm like, the first thing that I thought of was Great Lash Mascara. Like legit, that's the first thing that I thought of. I hate to say it. Again, I feel kind of skeezy saying this, but that's the one. So yeah. I should have taken a picture. All right, so a brow product, right? I feel like everybody has that one brow product that they know that works for them, but we're all still looking for like other brow products. So this is the one that I would recommend, and this is the Etude House Tint My 4-Tip Brow. So this is a product that sometimes I like, but most of the time I don't, and I keep trying to like it. So this is one of those little, as you guessed it by the name, it's got 4 little tips on it. You think, oh, time saver. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through. Now, I really like a good, like wispy, like hairy brow. I haven't been doing it lately, but I do really enjoy that. And I got this thinking like, oh, rather than just having a pen that I have to use like one stroke with, this like does 4 of them at the same time. It does, but it does 4 of them in an exact line. So it starts to look like you are doing sand art, you know, like those like with the rakes. What the heck is it that I'm talking about? I probably sound really ignorant right now, but you guys know what I'm talking about, where it's like the sand art where, you know, you've got the intricate like lines that are all like parallel to each other. Yeah, except that's not what you want in your brow. So this, I find that I can go through and use a pencil and then pop this one over the top. I've just been trying to use it up. I don't know why I'm doing that. Why do I like suffer through trying to use up things that I don't really love when I've got a bunch of other stuff that I love? I don't know. That's another video. But this one, I will just go through in areas that have color, but I just need to add some texture, like in the middle of my brows, and then I'll go back through with a pen to, like a single prong pen, to give strokes in the areas where you're really going to be able to see those quote unquote hairs, so that it doesn't look like I've been doing sand art in my eyebrows. So this is the one I would recommend. I think it would be kind of cool because it's like, oh, K-Beauty, yeah, like I'm gonna check this out. So I think this would be a good one. I don't even know what colors this comes in, but I have it in the shade dark brown. And that's the other thing. I feel like sometimes if you are on the K-Beauty websites, it can be really hard to know which color to pick. I think I remember that from this because like the pictures weren't very good. So that's another score in the tricky category, right? Okay, so let's talk lips. Right away, I knew I was going to recommend something matte because I don't love anything really matte. I think you really have to have great lips to really get away with a true matte, which also means I was going to choose something that's a liquid lipstick. And honestly, I'm just kind of like, I'm on the fence, but I am going to pick the Stila Stay All Day. And that is just because like, it was between that and the KVD one, but I'm gonna go with the Stila because I really actually think that that one lasts longer, but almost not in a better way. And I know people that love those lipsticks. Like I had them at some point. I did enjoy how long they lasted, but oh my gosh, the butthole lips that you get are real. Like it is so dehydrating. It is like putting paint. It is like putting paint on your lips. And then like anytime you have, I mean, just think if you had like a flexible wall that you had painted and then you like moved it, it would start to like crackle and crinkle. And that's exactly what happens to my lips with this. It's just like, oh, it's like my lips become a dry prune and I do not love that. They are also one heck of a product to try to get off. And back in the day, like I don't remember there being like cleansing balms when these were first popular. So now maybe this person would be smart enough to know to use something oil-based. But back in the day, it was like makeup wipes. It was like grabbing a makeup wipe and then using something even more caustic to like try to get that off. So that's going to be what I would recommend. Obviously any shade would work, but again, I know some people still really love those. And by the way, I should have probably said that. If you love any of these products and they work for you, great. Please don't roast me in the comments, or do, whatever. But I just, you know, everybody has their preferences and these are like my anti-preferences. So that is one thing. If you love those lipsticks, great. They just don't work for me. And I would hope that they don't work for the person that I'm recommending them to. Now, the other thing that I wanted to recommend, and I actually thought I still had one left, but I must have cleared it out in my lip gloss declutter. Either that or it's in the bucket to never be seen again at the salon. I'm not sure, but these are the Milani full-on lip polishes. I think that that's what they're called. And I picked up like 2 or 3 of them because I heard that they were a really good dupe for the Buxom. Oh, the Buxom one is the full-on lip polish. Okay, whatever the Milani one is, I'm sure I will have put it up here for you guys. But I heard that they were a good dupe for the Buxom ones, which was for a very, very long time my ride or die lip gloss. It's still in like the top 5, but I did not, first of all, they didn't give me the cooling, slightly plump feeling that the Buxom ones do. But the thing that I really didn't like is you get that like ring of death. You guys know what I'm talking about, that white ring on the inside of your mouth that no one tells you is there, but then you see 3 hours later and you've disgusted yourself and you were like, who did I see? Who did I see this afternoon? A, I'm super embarrassed, and B, super pissed that they didn't tell me that this situation was going on. So I'm wondering how it would be using that gloss over the Stay All Day lipstick because, I mean, first of all, it's going to rehydrate the Stay All Day, so maybe I shouldn't recommend a lip gloss. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to recommend it just in case. Like, that way this person has like a multitude of really bad options. But these glosses, like, I mean, they're a good price. Is it just me? Is it just me? Have you used these? Please tell me if you got the ring from them too. They aren't sticky. It was just like, ugh. So between them not like giving me that minty cool feeling that I enjoy, and then the fact that like I had to like monitor my lips to be able to make sure that I didn't need a little cleanup on aisle 7, those are going to be the ones. Those are going to be the products. Those are actually going to be all of the products. I was thinking about setting sprays, but I just don't have anything. Like nothing comes to mind that I hate enough to like throw into this grouping here. So I think that that's it. This was good. This was probably like therapeutic for me to just like get a little sassy, talk about some items. I honestly, in all reality, I can't imagine actually recommending a bunch of things that I hate to somebody, but it's good to sort of like fantasize about it and see like, okay, what would it be that I would recommend? Now, you'll have to let me know what you would recommend down in the comments. Now, if you're coming over from Betsy's channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you'll consider subscribing. I hope you found this video fun. Like I said, I cannot wait to see Betsy's video. Please make sure if you haven't to go check her out. I will link her video up right here for you. I hope you guys are all having a very wonderful spring. I have enjoyed the season. I've enjoyed spring makeup, which by the way, the look today is featuring one of the palettes in my top 10 spring palettes video. If you guys want all the details, I will be posting it on Instagram. You can follow me there at KEEPBEAUTYREAL, but I'm ready to get into some summer makeup too. Like, I'm ready for that vibe. I'm hoping, even if it's just from getting out and working in the yard, I'm hoping that I get a little bit of color on me this year. We'll see. But again, I want to thank you all for hanging out with me. It really does mean a lot that you take a little bit of your day to spend it with me, and I will see you really soon.